This procedure describes the use of flat set eyelets for the repair of a through connection that has an inner layer connect. No surface wire is used. The inner layer reconnect is established by soldering the barrel of an eyelet to the exposed inner layer, and the connection is encapsulated in high-strength epoxy. The minimum skill level needed to complete this procedure reliably is expert. The conformance level reached when this procedure is completed properly is medium. See the web page for a list of the tools and materials required to complete this procedure. The procedure follows. Note: be sure to select an eyelet meeting the proper criteria. An eyelet with an oversized flange may interfere with adjacent circuits. An eyelet that is too short will not protrude through the circuit board for proper setting. Step 1. Clean the area. Step 2. Select an eyelet using the eyelet selection criteria. Use a pin gauge and caliper to measure the existing plated hole dimensions. Step 3. Pin the circuit board to the base of the precision drill system. Step 4. Insert the appropriate ball mill, end mill, or drill into the chuck of the drill system. Step 5. Mill or drill out the hole. The drilled hole should be approximately 0.030 mm larger than the eyelet OD. Inspect to ensure no metallic particles or burrs remain. Step 6. Select the side of the assembly that will have a counterboard hole milled into it. This side preferably would have no surface connection. Step 7. Select an end mill approximately 0.050 to 0.075 mm larger than the eyelet diameter. Insert into the precision drill system and mill down to expose the inner layer signal or plane. Use caution. Great care must be taken to control the depth of the milled hole to prevent damage to the inner layer signal or plane. Step 8. Clean the area. Step 9. Apply a small amount of liquid flux to the exposed signal or plane and tin with solder. Step 10. Clean the area. Step 11. Insert the eyelet into the hole from the opposite side of the milled hole, then apply a small amount of liquid flux into the milled hole. Step 12. Solder the eyelet to the exposed inner layer signal or plane by applying heat from a soldering iron to the barrel of the eyelet. Step 13. Completely remove any solder flux residue by spray or rinsing with cleaner. Step 14. Use a microscope and inspect the solder fillet from the eyelet to the inner connection and perform electrical tests as required. Step 15. Mix epoxy as required. Step 16. Fill the milled hole with the epoxy up to and level with the surface of the board. The epoxy filler material should be free of voids and air bubbles. Step 17. Cure the epoxy per procedure 2.7 epoxy mixing and handling. Step 18. Select the proper setting tools and insert them into the eyelet press. Step 19. Turn the circuit board over and rest the eyelet flange on the lower setting tool. Step 20. Apply firm even pressure to flare the eyelet barrel. Step 21. Change the upper setting tool from a flare tool to a flat end tool. Apply firm even pressure to flatten the eyelet barrel. Note: inspect the eyelet for evidence of damage. Refer to IPCA 610 Acceptability of electronic assemblies. Step 22. Install the component lead and solder, if required. Step 23. Clean the area. Evaluation. Step 1. Visual examination, dimensional requirement of land diameter and inside diameter. Step 2. Electrical continuity is required.